Alright, what is up, Transformer fans? This is the video review of Transformers Prime First Edition Deluxe Class Bumblebee. And this is the initial release. This is the first release of the Bumblebee. This isn't one that I picked up in the store. I've had this for a while. You'll remember I ordered it from Big Bad Toy Store. So this is the first release of the First Edition Bumblebee. So this is the original. So, just getting that out of the way. Or to go ahead and take a look at his weapon, because I do that first. Let me focus. Focus. Autofocus. Alright, there we go. As you can see, it is a very detailed, very intricate looking gun. As you can see, there's lots of engraved and carved in detail. It just makes this thing look awesome. So, that's that. It's just a little gray plastic blaster. I would like to see a little bit more yellow in there, just to kind of imitate it coming out of his arm. But, it's just straight gray, so... And it does tab on to the prongs underneath here that are actually on his feet. It's kind of hard to hold, but you can put it under there if you want. So there's that. Go ahead and just get the gun out of the way for the rest. So this is his vehicle mode. Officially in the show, it's an Urbana 500. So we'll just go with that. It's an Urbana 500. It's a more or less just a low-riding muscle car. So kind of borderline sports car, but it's got the engine sticking out of the hood here. So I'd say more of a muscle car. So basically, he's yellow, of course. He has transparent blue headlights here. A lot of gray, not gray. Duh. I need to go back to school. A lot of black detailing here on the front. There's some orange turd signals kind of detailed in there. Lots of black stripe. A very nice red and... Oh, the lens is over here. A very nice red and white Autobot symbol, as you can see here. If it would focus. There. Very nice red and white Autobot symbol right there. The stripes look very good, going all the way down the body of the car. Transparent blue windshield, windows, rear windshield. Very nice. His rims are actually silver, and he does not have the red caliper covers. They're detailed in. It should focus. Let's see here. Yeah. Aw, the thumb flipped it out. So let's see. Yeah, as you can see, the caliper covers are actually in there. You can see the molded in detail of the caliper on the bottom, right there. So they're supposed to be red. In the show, they were red, but they're not painted red. But they're detailed in there, so if you wanted to customize it. His taillights are red, and they should be white down here for the reverse lights, but I'm not complaining. The Urbana little logo right there should be silver, but it's not. And the back here should be black down here, but it's not. And the tailpipe should be silver, but they're not. And there's no license plate. So the back is kind of drab. There's not a lot going on the back, but you're not going to display them on your shelf like that. You're going to have them sitting forward like so. I tried to combine that and so, and I came out with though. Okay. But anyway, that's his vehicle mode. Go ahead and compare him to War for Cybertron Bumblebee. As you can see, War for Cybertron Bumblebee is more of a compact, squat, Volkswagen Bug-esque car, whereas this Bumblebee kind of evokes the Camaro, the long, low-to-the-ground styling that we've come to know that Bumblebee has now, instead of this bug. So, going on to transformation, this is the fun part. What you want to do first is you want to come underneath here, and you just want to untab these. They're snapped into place with tooth joints. So, you want to do that. Then you want to take the rear section, and it splits in half. Then the whole rear section kind of comes out and around. And you take this panel, and it flips forward. And you just swing that all down. Now we can focus on the upper body. You want to take the roof and split it apart here. Then underneath, the shoulder guards are tabbed into the door. So you want to untab those from the door. Then you can swing the doors out a little bit to get yourself some clearance. Next, what you want to do is you just want to bring the arms. They come... It's not coming across well on camera. But pull the arms, it comes down, and then the whole wheel well swivels up and out, like that. Then you can fold the roof down behind the doors like so. Go ahead and get the chest out of the way. I'm going to bend his legs backwards so you can get a closer look here. You want to, it kind of untabs and unhooks from underneath the middle section here. But the whole hood of the car just explodes, pulls outward like that. Then you can take the windshield and it folds down and behind. Then you lift this whole middle section up. And this is kind of interesting. I want this to come across on camera. This rotates 180 degrees. Just this joint right here. Then this joint rotates 180 degrees. And then what you want to do is take this midsection, and it's going to be hard to see because of the mess that's in here. But as you can see, there's this little mid joint, and it slides forward, and then this accordion folds backward, and then it kind of sits in there at an angle. Then you can take this, and this swivels down in there. And like I said, it's going to be hard to see, but if you can see in there the little cavity, this tabs into that little tooth right there. So now you've got that locked into place. And you can just flip this little bit up, and it covers up the grill, but leaves the Autobot symbol there. And I'm going to put his legs back behind him so I can lower him down a little bit more. There's his head. Then all you want to do is you want to take the hood bits, and you want to work them. There's these little grooves. You see the grooves, they're sticking up and out to the side like that. You want to work the hood piece up and over, and then push them down, and they tab into those little groove pieces to give him the chest look. Then all you got to do is take these little bits and pull them down. This one's kind of difficult. You just pull these down at an angle. Like I said, some of these are difficult, and I'm going to have to pull this off camera, and you're not going to see it, but I will show you what it looks like. See, they come down to give him that broken apart chest look. So, there's that. Now, I want to do his arms, so then we can do his legs last. They're on a 3-pronged joint, and they just go up like that, and then up like that. And then you gotta push really hard, but there's a little peg, and it just slides right into the center of the wheel. So now, it looks like his arm, the wheel is a part of his shoulder. Once again, there's that little peg right there, and it just plugs right into the center of the hubcap right there, and it just goes up, out to the side, and you just push really hard, and it really gets snug in there, so it's not flipping and flapping and flopping everywhere. And then that's his arms. You just got to straighten his arms up. All right, now his legs, the last little bit. The last little bit of his legs is you just gotta pull these, and it kind of automorphs a little bit. You just pull the leg, and then the rear windshield flips down, and his foot just flips out. Let me show you that again, because the dog opened my door, and it scared the holy bejesus out of me. So, once again, you're gonna pull this, and it kind of automorphs, and just pulls right out. Then you can flip the rear windshield down. It locks it into place. So it was up like this, and you can just flip that down. Then the foot is under here, and you just pull it out, and then the heel piece kind of stays behind. And then it's just a matter of straightening him up. And of course, he's taller than the Cyberverse that I have the camera set up to film, but I will adjust the camera accordingly. So, I'm just straightening him up right now. And there we have Bumblebee in his robot mode. As you can see, he is very nice. I'm going to pick up the camera. So, as you can see, he's very nice from head to toe. He looks exactly like he does in the show. Except for, give or take, a couple little vehicle kibble parts on him. But upper body is mostly just looks exactly like he does in the show. I could see this just jumping right off the screen into my living room. His head is super accurate, and I'm going to pull him in closer and try to autofocus on the head. Let's see here. There we go. As you can see, that face just looks awesome. There's really no mistaking that that's Bumblebee, aside from a couple missing paint details on his head crest here and his lower, the speaker part on his mouth. This really does look like Bumblebee, and it's just breathtaking how good the sculptor did on that. I'm going to go ahead and set the phone back down. Comparing him to his little mini-me, There's the Cyberverse Bumblebee, and of course it's not gonna focus. Alright, there's the Cyberverse Bumblebee. So as you can see, there's a major size difference. So Cyberverse Bumblebee comes up to about the thigh on the Prime First Edition Bumblebee. So that's to be expected because it is a Cyberverse figure. But overall, yeah, he's just huge. And one drawback about the figure is the way that the chest sits. The doors kind of go down at an angle. If you're looking at him from my perspective, up like this, you can see the doors. But if I've set the camera down at his eye level, basically, if you were just looking straight on at him, you can't see the doors. I mean, you can kind of see him sticking out back there, but they look so good if you're looking at him from an upward angle. I mean, it looks like they're coming out of his back. But when you sit the camera down like this, it's kind of an optical illusion, actually. It looks like he doesn't have the doors, but he actually does. But I'll go ahead and do a 360 turnaround of this figure. He's very, very nice. I like to have like a lazy Susan to sit here to turn the figures around with, but other than that. Posability. He does have a fully ball-jointed head and neck. His shoulder is on a rotation joint where it connects to the body. He does have an in and out shoulder swivel right here, a ball joint at the elbow, and even a lower bicep swivel where it connects to the arm. His hands do swivel in and out about 90 degrees. His waist, he's got a full rotational waist. His doors are posable. They can, if I can move him back, they can swing out wide, or you can put him back like that, like he's angry, or you can just have him splayed like they are in the show. And then his lower body. He has a fully ball-jointed hip with a upper thigh swivel, a fully 90-degree functional knee. The foot pivots as well, so it goes down and up and down. And that's about it. That's really all there is for Bumblebee. Weapon would be next. See, I have this method I go through. I just do things in a certain order, but for the life of me, I can't remember what that certain order is. But there, we'll just go ahead, and his weapon just pegs into his arm. It looks like it comes right out of his arm. And if you have more than one of these, like I have, you can get a second weapon. And you can plug the second weapon onto his arm, and now he's got the dual cannons that he has in the show, which is really cool. I like having the dual cannons. It just gives him just that little bit more of the articulated weaponry, as if I may. So, and he can just be like, "Pum pum, I'm Bumblebee. I don't talk, but I can shoot." And actually, his arms are looking kind of dumb, but it's positioning. You have to rotate this swivel joint right here on his arms to make it look natural, like he's actually holding his arms out to shoot. So he could be like, "Bam! I'm Bumblebee, man," and he's blasting away. So, pew pew. All right. So, with that out of the way, if I can get his arms back to the normal position. Like I said, there's so many joints on this guy that it just positions. They take a little bit to get to, but overall they end up looking really cool. But this looks more natural with his arms like that. So that's basically Bumblebee. So overall, he's a really cool figure. I really do enjoy him. I think people say he's the worst of the first edition so far. He was the worst figure. I think not. I think he's a really good figure. He's articulated. He looks so much like the character from the show. He doesn't have much kibble except for down there on his ankles. He has the tires and the wheel kibble. Other than that, he just overall is a perfect, almost perfect, nothing's really perfect, representation of this character. He looks so good, and especially if you can get two guns, that just takes it the extra mile. But even with one gun, he's enough. So anyway, thank you for viewing this video. Hope this was helpful. Now that the first editions are coming out again, maybe you can decide if you like this figure now, or if you don't like this figure. So that's what I'm doing, just helping you pass judgment. So anyway, thanks for viewing this video, and goodbye.